Imagine you're walking to work on a cold January afternoon. Suddenly, you hear what sounds like an explosion. The ground begins to shake. You turn around, and a 25-foot-tall wave comes racing toward you, not made of water, but molasses. Sticky brown syrup tears buildings apart, rips trains off their tracks, crushes horses, and traps people where they stand. It sounds completely made up, but it actually happened. This is the unbelievable true story of the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. In Boston's North End stood a gigantic steel tank. It was over 50 feet tall and held more than 2.3 million gallons of molasses. The syrup was used to make industrial alcohol, which was in high demand during World War I. But there was one problem. Almost from the day it was built, people noticed it leaked. Children would bring cups to collect the dripping molasses. Residents complained. Workers warned that the tank groaned and made strange noises. Instead of repairing it, the company simply painted the tank brown to hide the leaks. No one imagined what would happen next. January 15, 1919. The temperature suddenly climbed after several freezing days. Around lunchtime, without warning, the massive tank burst. Witnesses described a roar like thunder. The steel plates flew hundreds of feet through the air. Then came the wave. A wall of molasses up to 25 feet high rushed through the streets at roughly 35 miles per hour. That's about as fast as a car driving through a neighborhood. And there was nowhere to run. The syrup smashed homes off their foundations. Telephone poles snapped like toothpicks. A nearby fire station collapsed. Train tracks twisted. A passing elevated railway was badly damaged. People were thrown through the air. Others became trapped in the thick liquid. The more they struggled, the deeper they sank. Horses pulling wagons couldn't escape. Rescuers later said it was like trying to move through wet cement. The sweet smell filled the entire neighborhood. But there was nothing sweet about what had happened. Police officers, firefighters, soldiers, and ordinary citizens rushed to help. Some rescuers tied ropes around themselves before entering the syrup so they wouldn't get trapped too. It took hours just to reach some victims. Cold weather caused the molasses to thicken even more. Workers shoveled it, scooped it, even used salt water from Boston Harbor to wash it away. Cleaning the city took weeks, and sticky residue reportedly lingered for months. Some locals even claimed that on hot summer days, you could still smell molasses. When everything was over, 21 people had died. More than 150 others were injured. Families lost loved ones. Businesses were destroyed. Entire buildings had to be rebuilt. The disaster shocked the nation. And then came something almost as historic as the flood itself: the lawsuit. Investigators discovered the tank had been poorly designed and inadequately tested. The company had ignored repeated warning signs. After years of legal battles, the company was found responsible. Victims and their families received compensation. The case helped shape modern engineering standards, showing companies they could be held accountable for dangerous construction. A giant wave of molasses sounds like something from a cartoon. But on one winter afternoon in Boston, it became one of the strangest disasters in American history. And it all started with a tank that everyone knew was leaking. If you enjoyed learning about one of history's strangest disasters, hit that subscribe button because there are plenty more unbelievable true stories coming your way. And remember, sometimes the craziest stories are the ones that actually happened.